treacherous Dal Gurak, servant of the shadows and worshipper of Angra Mainyu, hides away in his high tower of sorcery, where he draws up battle plans for his army of abominable creatures. The power of the goddess has uncovered his place of hiding, and it now falls to the goddess chosen one, the Knight of Light, to defy him.
I tried this already a little bit. Only the sword, the upgraded sword, works a little bit differently when what the actual stats imply. Both special attacks are range attacks. That's the thing about the sword. You have the ability to range attacks. They're fairly useless against normal fighters though, so I'm not going to use this weapon. Another thing is that the power reads 336, but it's much higher. So it's much more effective in practical terms than the numbers would imply. The reason why there's no recording of that is because when certain things are loaded in the game, there's a chance that the recording basically stops recording the video. That's what happened at the first time we entered the map screen. And it sometimes happens, at least it has a chance to happen if I restart a map, and that's what I had to do in the first one, because I died before I had a chance to save the first time, so it stopped recording the video at that point, so it's no good. So we'll have to redo this. About 15 to 20 minutes of wasted time, nothing too bad. This is starting to be a tough area. The time of dueling the enemies is basically over. There's archers all over the place, and most of the fights here seem to be group fights, meaning groups of enemies fighting me. On the positive side, Killer Axe. It's been a long time since we saw one of these, and throwing this away for the Ice Hammer is probably the worst choice I made in this entire game. This is a good, fast special attack that's powerful and it's easy to execute. So for the past couple of levels we could have used this and it would have been a much better weapon, at least in my opinion. So joke's on me for throwing it away. It's not without its problems, but it's about as good of a weapon as we've seen, so... Yeah, no, I stopped. Being able to do anything thanks to the constant fire of arrows. Please move. Oh, don't run. Get rid of the luck. I hate fighting in these situations. The system of control does not lend itself well for this. Now I need to load the game before the game loads itself. Because if it's reloads the entire map, there's a chance that recording will stop, and there's no real indication from me that it has stopped doing that. Wait. Don't lock him up. And the bottle went down. It's gonna drink the bottle. Not that it matters at this point. Yeah, it went down into the goddamn chasm. I need to stop the poison. Yeah, things didn't exactly go well here. But fighting against these guys in this kind of a situation is never gonna go really all that well. The combat system itself was never really designed for this, and it shows. You need some kind of a pretty level ground for you to be able to fight effectively. It's not even possible, but you'll definitely suffer. Your hits have a high percentage chance to miss. The locking on target system, that's basically almost mandatory for fighting, is very likely to get you killed because you drop off of a ledge or something, or at least you won't be able to dodge effectively because of the limited area you can move around in. So I know we don't want to go there. I know this situation. We want to run here where we have a room for fighting and people don't interfere. It's not an optimal situation, but we have bad choices, and this is basically the less bad option. So definitely some kind of a road or passage there, but how do we get there? I don't think we do. I'm trying to be fairly careful with using potions, because there's without a doubt boss fights incoming, so what I don't want to do is be forced to be in a situation where we're in the boss fight and I basically have no health left anymore. I'm trying to be very stingy about my healing. We heal every time we find a new healing item to replace the used one. There might be exceptions, but not a lot. Especially since we have basically 3 healing items that matter, with 2 1000 health potions and full heal. The 500s are pretty much useless. Not exactly useless, but they just don't make all that much of a difference. Actually, they're just as good as the 2 1000 heal potions, so not exactly useless. Ah, shit. Come on. A single goblin shouldn't be much of trouble anymore. What I'm really missing at this point is our best weapon. Our best normal weapon. What is it? The Doom Hammer. Haven't seen one. I do keep an eye out what weapons they're using, and I'm pretty sure I haven't even seen anything remotely similar. I don't want to be there, being shot at. And that's the special attack on the sword. I'm staying here so they don't shoot at me. Seems swords do a little bit less damage on these. Maybe that's my imagination. Gosh. Hit you guys. Yeah, one-on-ones are dead. We do need to get... I'm basically holding out on heal at this point because we could get a level up. So... yeah, I don't think we'll get to the next level. We're very close. I still think we're just going to die. There's an archer there. We're so close, but shit. I'm trying to hold out on using those. Maybe I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. If I can get you, we'll probably get exactly what we needed. Ah shit. Lost our head. It's just that one fight. Probably only one of those guys. So it's not like we have to suffer a lot to get there. Probably should use at least a 500 heal. Let's block. Yeah, we have to get them both. So close. Come on. Come on. Ah. Okay, we can now use the other special attack on the sword of Yana. It's basically the same thing. It's a more powerful range attack. Against normal enemies, it's not a good thing to try out, really. Recovering our stamina at this point takes a lot of time, so I think it's more of a boss fight thing, or against certain boss fights anyway, or special situations where you don't really want to move for some reason. Watch you. like to test it out against these. It's not really a great ability, is it? That's powerful, I don't dispute that. And it's a little bit. I don't want to lose most of our regained health because I was doing some testing. But yeah, I don't see the more powerful attack being all that better because it's so slow. It's definitely more damaging, but it leaves you vulnerable to quite a long time. So it's no good really. I was reckless there too, but I don't care. I'll start to care sooner or later when I'm again running out of health. Now I can still pretend I don't care. But we're not in a bad situation. But I really do need to preserve my health. So, item there. On top of that edge. Armory key. Ghost medallion. That's resist poison, cure poison. So if we encounter a bad situation against all these poisoning assholes, we'll be using Ghost Medallion. I have no idea how long it lasts. Yeah, a totally dark room with a door that will definitely not close right behind us.